Hello, everyone. Welcome to the City of Healing, where the city resides within. This is Sinette Natarangela, and I wanted to come forth briefly just to talk a little bit about what some people or some of us call insecurities. And I believe we all have them, whether they have a positive or negative effect on our self-esteem is basically, I think, individualized or dependent on the individual. And myself, I do have insecurities, and I've learned long a time ago to work with what I had and to be satisfied with it. And some of the things that I felt that I wanted to change, I could change, and I did change. And other things I was just basically just already just satisfied with. But when I was younger, as I mentioned before, I had a eating disorder. It wasn't really an eating disorder because I didn't really eat. So in my 20s and my 30s, I was basically less than 80, no, less than 190 pounds. I didn't eat, and basically I felt guilty about something psychologically, what I found out. So I wouldn't eat. I didn't have a healthy relationship with my my food or myself. It wasn't at the time due to body image, but I didn't realize that. I just felt that it was a way for me, all of these birds flying around, it was a way for me to adjust to feeling guilty about certain things in life. However, for a short period of time, it wasn't a career or anything. I did some modeling, and it was basically very beneficial to be very small and thin. And a lot of people, like I mentioned before, work very hard to be a certain size. And for me, it wasn't hard. And I tell people all the time, they used to ask me how you lose weight. And I say, basically, you just don't eat and you lose weight. And I just recently decided that I was just satisfied with being healthy and making sure I have some meat on my bones and make sure I was at a healthy weight. And if I was a little bigger than what I really appreciated, then I would just be happy with who I was as long as I was healthy. And another thing, not getting on the scale so I don't weigh myself, because that's a big no-no. I used to do that a lot. And I didn't necessarily damage my body, but I feel in a way I did. It was very much so a very unhealthy lifestyle that really didn't benefit me. So I don't really focus on my weight anymore. I focus on being healthy. Even though when I look at myself sometimes in the mirror, I see myself differently than what other people see me. And even when I look at myself on these videos, I see myself as really big, you know. But even though, with my clothes, I get my clothes and I know I wear a certain size, it just still seems like I'm overweight. But anyway, that's a body image issue. And I've just learned now just to be satisfied with where I am weight-wise as long as I'm healthy, And so what? If I am a little overweight, I can always adjust my diet and to lose a couple pounds if I have to and if I want to. I finally got some meat on my bones in my 50s, unlike it was when I was in my 30s. So, and insecurity, another insecurity, which is not an insecurity, but some people think it is, this issue with being dark skinned. I never found that to be negative. I was always very appreciative of my skin color. As a matter of fact, I was much darker when I was younger, and I was just so pleased with my complexion. It was the other people that had the problem that confused me. So I don't have that issue with being dark skinned or that story of being picked on. Well, people picked on me, but it really didn't matter. I thought something was wrong with them. But I was always very happy with my skin complexion, and I had really good skin, much better than it is now, but it was really good back in the day, even when I wasn't really taking good care of myself. And insecurities, my main insecurity is my birds always around, my under eye bags, you know, and they're sometimes greater than others, greater than other times. And like I said before, they are genetic. My grandmother had them. If I showed you a picture of my grandmother, you'd be like, yes, that's your twin. So we look just alike, and she had the under eye bags, and I've done almost everything I know to know except for surgery to decrease them. And they are greater today because I didn't really sleep well last night. So sometimes it varies. It can get bigger, lesser, and one eye's bigger than the other, etc., etc. That's my biggest insecurity, and I've just learned to be happy with it. At least I have my eyesight. And eventually, if I decide, which I doubt it, to have eye surgery or under eye, I forget the surgery that is, but I doubt if I ever do that, or any type of plastic surgery. I'm very happy with my body type right now. I finally got some weight on me. I finally got a little shape. And when I was younger, I didn't like having a shape at all. I didn't like breasts. I didn't like butt. So I made sure I was just thin. And people liked the way I looked in clothes. So that's why I modeled clothes for a certain period of time in my early 20s. But now I'm okay with it. Um, let's see, other my hair, I love my hair. I get lots of compliments on my hair, and sometimes it confuses me. People's like, oh wow, I love your hair, especially if I wear it down. I be like, okay. But when you get the same compliment over and over again, especially in the same day, you find some truth in it. I've always had, thin hair, and having locks has been advantageous because you don't have to do much to your hair, and it looks healthy. And as long as it looks healthy, I'm satisfied with it. Learning to love yourself as is, and if you feel like there needs to be a change, you can do that. And some people say, having plastic surgery is not the way to go. I can't tell anyone else what to do with their bodies, but for myself, I'd rather just be happy or be satisfied with what I have and work naturally with improving it if need be. So I just wanted to come forth just to mention, yes, I do have some insecurities, and I'm living with my insecurities. And if I want to fix things, adjust things, then we can. But if not, living is a great advantage of learning to love yourself as you are. And if you don't love yourself, look deeper within to decide why. It's not, how you look physically, because as we know, we are not these bodies. We actually live inside of ourselves. And how do we look inside is how we will present ourselves outwards. Anyway, that's my little 2 cents reminding about insecurities, that we all have them, but we're also happy with our machines that we have to present to the external world. And yes, I must also mention, as well about, speaking in public. I do have that insecurity. Like I mentioned before, even though I do have this YouTube channel, and I found a very common theme with that. I have these insecurities about speaking. I'm very much so to myself. So actually coming forth and just speaking in public and having this YouTube channel to talk and express myself is also very therapeutic. Even though I don't really like to talk a lot, I'm not a very social person, even though I'm very nice and I'm very easy to approach, as far as, being very communicative and talking to others, and very much so popular person that likes to be in crowds and express themselves freely. I don't generally do that, but like I said, having this YouTube channel is kind of therapeutic, and it's growth for me. So I just wanted to mention that as well, because that's definitely much so an insecurity for me. Talking on video, even social anxiety is definitely real as well. Even though I like being in public and I like people, I love people actually. But as far as just being that person that has a lot to say, very friendly and outgoing, that's not me. But anyway, I just wanted to add that in as well. That's it for now. And I did a little presentation on my outfit of the day, and I will go ahead and share since I'm doing a share. But this little shirt, a little jacket I love is velour. and it has, you can't really tell, but it has a lot of detail in it. I got it at a consignment store. I love this. I wear it with, you can wear it with anything, black, yellow. It's navy blue. Love it. And you can tie it backwards. You can open it. I just love it. And this dress is from Free People, and I got it at a big sale. And these earrings, they are Madewell. I don't know if you can see. And this ring I got from Madewell. No, at a consignment store. I'm not sure from where. And oh, my shoes. I have on navy blue Adidas. And these are actually children's shoes. And I do shop children's shoes because they're a little inexpensive, a little more inexpensive, and you get more variety of colors. And I had to keep the shoestrings in these because they're a little wide, so that helps keep the shoe on some, even though it's a children's shoe. I have an average size foot, 7.5, 8, something like that. Depends on the shoe, but these are like a 5.5, 6 children's shoe. And like I said, I like to get children's shoes because you get a multitude of colors, and they are navy blue. And I thought that would look really good with this and bring it all together. And that's the outfit of the day. Anyway, thanks for visiting the city, and I hope that you all have a beautiful rest of your day. And I'll go ahead and give it a little twirl. Take care.